The Vintage Fashion Snob by Esme Jalla.
I live my life sandwiched between social classes and find myself unbothered by the rich snob. It is an identity worn with pearls, and for those that line their cashmere coats with seven-figure salaries and right-wing sympathies. The rich snob is a frilly snob, and proves easy for common folk, like me, to ignore, and even easier to dodge by postcode. "Get back to Waitrose," I heckle in my head as the rich snob raises his Telegraph newspaper to avoid looking at me. I can't get away from the reverse snob. He crosses social classes and walks with ease among us all. The reverse snob stalks me in my favourite nightclubs, boards my train, I meet him or her on Brick Lane. The reverse snob is an obnoxious social creation. I watch them looking upon all that's ordinary with disdain. I see them mouthing, "There's nothing worse than looking the same," and with their eyes on me, I'm ashamed to catch myself shifting uncomfortably in life settings. Today I'm shopping for vintage clothes, and I've taken my grandma with me. At 28 years old, I wear my style with ease. I wrote off the need to dress the same for acceptance in my teens. I'm attracted to the doors of vintage stores for the light relief of dressing myself to stand out, rather than blend. It's the satisfying feeling when you extract the perfect cardigan amongst a scratchy pile of wool that gets me here. The sales assistant stands haughtily at the door, comically clothed in a ballerina's cast-off tutu and tribute Amy beehive. Her clear lens plastic glasses do little to correct her limited vision that sees me as inadequate. I feel like I should apologise for my high street outfit that's only modestly touched with vintage. I wish my shoes didn't smell so conspicuously new. I spent an awkward 20 minutes browsing, where I find myself doubly ignored and stalked by the shop assistant. I daren't look round, but I feel like I'm being scrutinised. I can hear her thoughts like they're transmitting through the LP player that stands in the corner. She's different, but not different enough. At the cash register, she treats my grandmother like she was born 90, with sympathetic smiles as my grandma attempts to inject the transaction with some humour. I eye up the assistant's patterned wool cardigan that she's thoughtfully accessorised with a gaudy brooch, and I think of the Oxfam bag my grandmother has just filled up. I stifle a laugh. She's probably wearing one of her cast-offs. I meet her gaze bravely as she rifles through my purchases. I can tell she thinks they are all wrong. If I was less kind, I would expose her. I'd tell her I recognised her from school and compliment her on her dramatic weight loss. I keep my mouth shut. A real individual doesn't care what the world thinks. A limp hand covered in chunky silver-plated jewellery hands me my carrier bag with words she dare not utter aloud. "Here's your bowler hat, now bore off back to Topshop." So, I do.
The Vintage Fashion Snob was written by Esme Jalla. The reader was Charlotte Russell, and the producer was Andrew Tilderson.